As we near the midterm elections, candidates across the country now working overtime to get elected. Live pictures right now from the U.S. Capitol, where next month's vote will determine the balance of power for U.S. government. Wake Up Charlotte's Drew Petrimo is in Washington with the latest, with just 18 days until the election.
Ben, the party in power almost always has an uphill climb in these midterm elections, and recent polling shows Republicans doing better than Democrats with some key issues on voters' minds. Making the case for Democrats to keep power in Washington, President Biden hitting the road to tout their accomplishments over the last 2 years.
I signed into law a once-in-a-generation investment in roads, highways, bridges, railroads, ports, airports, and so much more.
Biden in Pennsylvania trying to boost the prospects of John Fetterman in one of the most closely watched Senate races of the cycle. His opponent, Dr. Mehmet Oz, says Democrats are desperate because he's rising in the polls.
It's a panic move because they know they're in trouble, and they're pulling in money from every which way.
Republicans are increasingly bullish on their chances, with voters telling pollsters the economy and inflation are their top concerns.
Joe Biden believes in superjuicing the economy, which causes inflation. We want to restrain the government.
Democrats trying to convince voters they do have a plan to address kitchen table issues, while also painting Republicans as extreme on issues like abortion.
We agree on bringing down costs and bringing down crime. We very much disagree with the MAGA Republicans on who should have the decision over reproductive freedom.
Voters getting chances to size up the competition, with debates being held across the country.
Thanks to Maura Healey's blocking 2 pipelines coming into Massachusetts.
Unlike my opponent, I don't want to give more power and control to big oil and fossil fuels.
The candidates for governor sparred last night in Massachusetts. Oz and Fetterman face off Tuesday. And by that point, early voting will be underway in most of the country. President Biden is keeping a relatively low profile in the weeks leading up to the election. He will have events like the one yesterday where he'll talk about his accomplishments, but not the big boisterous rallies that we saw during the presidencies of Barack Obama and Donald Trump. Reporting from Washington, I'm Drew Petrimo. Wake Up Charlotte.